Good evening. T.O. here, Simplistic Fishing back at you tonight. We are still breaking down Lake Texoma. I bet you thought I forgot about it, but I didn't forget. We're still breaking down Lake Texoma. And now we're going offshore. So we're going to look at Zone 1 for Lake Texoma. That's down by the dam. We're going to take a look at that area. Then we'll hit up Zone 2. I think we would probably combine zones 3 and 4 and a couple other zones. This one won't be as long as the other ones were, but we still probably have about 6 different videos in order to get all this completed. So let's not delay anymore. If you haven't got your card yet, go out and get it, simplisticfish.square.site. I also have the digital files in there as well. So if you just want to get those, you can get those as well. And then we also have the membership for the channel too. So if you want all of these lakes and you want access to everything, it's like 25 bucks a month and you get access to everything that I'm doing here. Obviously, I can't ship you the cards, but give you access to all the digital files and all that good stuff. So check it all out, guys. It's all out on the channel. Let's jump into this. Here we go. Zone 1, Lake Texoma. Okay, so if you missed the first couple of videos that we did, actually we did 9 separate videos for Lake Texoma. We broke this into 9 different zones. So if you're looking at Lake Texoma, really this bottom area down in here was Zone 1. We did this little area right in here for Zone 2, and then we kind of went up. Zone 3 was in here. Zone 4 and 5 was up farther up in this area, and then we broke down, went back 7, 8, and 9 on the other side. So if you missed those videos, go out to our channel, just look in the playlist, look for lake breakdowns, and you'll see each one of those. You can kind of pick the zones that you want to watch and figure out which areas of the lake that you want to fish. So this video is actually going to be the first video that we talk about offshore hotspots. So let's go back. Let's start where we started on those first videos for Zone 1. We're going to start up here right where this little purple fish is, and then we're going to move on from here. So definitely something to take a look at here. You've got a little creek bed that's swinging in here, so you've got some pretty good contours. Looks like a pretty decent break going on right in here. It goes from about 10 to about 30 feet. And then obviously you've got a marker here as well that says fast come up. So basically it looks like it's almost like a little saddle that's right there. So definitely right in this area, I would definitely check that out and see what you can find there. Now moving on down the lake, there's lots of good contour stuff out here. So, I mean, I could have marked 1,000 different spots, but I just marked like the spots that I thought would be spots I would definitely want to check out if I was, scanning by them or looking for fish in a certain area. And this is another spot that really caught my attention. It's got a pretty good point that comes out. It's got a little bit of a flat top to it. And then it has a nice break that comes off the side over here by the creek channel. So somewhere probably right in this area, just right off the edge of this point down here where this creek channel is, definitely would be something to look at. Maybe even scan a little bit further back in here and see if there's any type of break that's being created by that creek bed or that creek channel. So to move over here, you got a couple more of those points. I'd probably just scan all this stuff out here right off those breaks. But coming back in here, you got the same type thing. You got a really sharp break coming off the edge here. You got 5 to 10 feet, less than 5 feet right there. And then all of a sudden you're breaking out and you're into, what do we got here? From 12 feet all the way to about 40 or 50 feet. So there's a pretty good break right there. And the other thing that's right there is that road bed. So anytime you get those road beds, I've talked about it before, they like to just move up and down the road beds. And really it depends on if there's a thermocline. It depends on, just what depth they're at, where the bait's at and things like that. But the bait will follow that road bed, and so will the bass. So just scan that entire road bed. But right here, right where that break is probably going to be more of a hot spot for you. So let me zoom back out here. We're going to come on down. When we get down to right in here, I really like this little peanut thing that comes out, little point that comes out. It's got a nice little peak at the top of it that you see here at 17 feet, but it's got good breaks on all sides of it. So definitely go out there and check that out. You've got a major creek arm coming right here beside it, not too far away from it. So you could have some brush piles and things like that have washed up, or some kind of debris over here off of this little bend that it has. So definitely take a look at this point in areas around that point that looks like it could be pretty decent. Also right in here as well, same thing. I kind of marked it again. You got the flat top. So those are always good in the fall to fish those flat top points. But then you've also got that major creek arm that's still out here, and you've got really good breaks that are happening right out in this area. So definitely look right in here. Oops, sorry about that. I'm doing this with my fingers, guys, so it's a little bit tricky. So the next thing that we're going to come to is going to be the same type thing, almost like a channel swing here, because it's coming up and it's not hitting the bank, but it's definitely hitting the edge of this flat that's right here. So right in here, you've got a really good break that's right in this area. And it looks like you've got some flooded timber in this area as well. So that could be even better, because if you have flooded timber, plus you've got this flat top that has this point that comes out with a really sharp drop off of it, all of that looks like a really good recipe. So definitely look right in here, 10 to 15 feet right here, and then you make a major drop to about 30 feet, and then you get crazy and get down to like 70 feet. But that breaks right there. So look right in here, and also come over here where it kind of swings in a little bit and has that major break right in this area as well, and look right in here as well. Really just look in this whole area right here where these breaks are. But I would focus more on this side, just because that major creek arm is here. So I'd focus more on this side and just see if they're coming up on this ledge right here and feeding up on the edges of this, or they could even be all the way up in here feeding. But if you see them out here, you're hosed. But if you see them up on that ridge or close, then you should be able to catch them. All right, so I'm gonna keep moving down. I was really looking at that creek arm, and you can tell I was focused on it to see if anything came close to it or hit it. And here you got the same type thing we were talking about, where you got that shallow, flat top with the break. So check that out. But also, you want to look at these things when they come in like this, when you've got these big in turns, especially when you've got shallow, flat stuff all around in here. So definitely look right in this area. You'll see right here, if I zoom in, it's pretty flat, 6, 7, 8 feet. But right here, you've got a break, right where I put that pin. You've got more breaks out here as well, so definitely check that out. But also look right in there. Pretty good break going on right there. Something's going on right there in that little spot. So could be a good area to take a look at. Moving on down here, let me zoom back out and show you guys where I'm at. About midway through that top half right now. So I'm right here in this pocket. So I'm going to, or a cove, whatever you want to call it. So I'm going to move on down here. Next thing that I marked for you guys are, again, just more breaks. So right, we got a pretty good break going on right in here with a creek bed. And then you've also got something interesting going back in here. This could be an old pond possibly, and an old pond dam, maybe. Could just be just an interesting area where it goes to 14 feet. So it's 10 feet here and has a little bit of a dip on both sides. But either way, you've got a really good break that's going on right in here, and it's a lot shallower. So definitely take a look at that. And then come out here, this another underwater point, big flat top. So I can see this being good in the fall, especially with that creek bed being nearby. But come out here and look at the tips of them. Look on the outside tips of them right before it starts breaking off, and just see what you can find out here. And then you might, like we talked about earlier, you might have to scan this whole entire thing to see where they're located at. But they should be locating somewhere close to these breaks. And typically they're going to be on the side where the creek bed or the creek channel is. Now don't forget that creek channel is way over here. So I'm not sure if they would be on this side or not. It would probably just all depend on wind, but definitely look at this whole area. All right, so moving on down here, just a couple more things I wanted to show you. Right in here, you had to zoom in to find this, but right in here, something interesting going on. So basically, you've pretty much got everything breaking off, but you've got this little flat top that's going on right here at 17 feet. And it looks like it's significant enough to where it kind of just sets right there. So it's something totally different than everything else around that area. So definitely take a look at that. It's like this little mini flat that's out there right before the break. Road beds are always good. We talked about those. I'm going to keep scanning down. Look at these. All these breaks look really good. It'd be hard for me not to just scan everything here. But the next thing that I saw is definitely right in here. So, those breaks were good, but this one's really good. Look how dark these lines are. So you've got a nice drop that's going on right in here in this area. And the other thing you have going on here is a road bed. So that's always good. If you can get those drops and the road bed together, definitely money places to look. And then right here, you've got where it comes in again. And right here on that turn in is a good place to look too. And you got some really good breaks going on right in that area as well. So look there, could be good. Let's keep going down. Another road bed here with that same kind of turn in. So look at those. And you got another one back in here as well. Look at that big sharp drop right there. Something big going on right there. So definitely look in here, but also look back here where I have this marker too. All right, so keep moving down. We're getting down into our next I guess, really big area, almost a big cove back in here. But we're back in here now, so if you're wondering where I'm at, it's kind of hard to follow me. That's where we are. I'm still kind of stunned that I didn't mark that one spot that we looked at just a minute ago because it looked really, really juicy, a real hard break there. So definitely look in that area right there. So let's keep moving on down. Let's go down here around this point. Next thing that you'll see right in here, we got some pretty good breaks going on. Definitely I would fish, out here on the edge of the point. Definitely got some flat tops there, but the flat top to it's about 25 feet. So there should be a break right here. So you got a flat top right here at 12 feet. You've also got another flat top here right at 14 feet. So check out this area right here on this point. I'd imagine that point probably just gets pounded all the time because it's a main lake point. It's fairly close to a major creek channel as well. So definitely take a look out there. But I really like this area right in here where these breaks are. They're a lot steeper. You can see here if I zoom in a little bit, unlike that other one where it started to really break apart, this is just a straight drop, 2 to 3 feet, and then you got about 18 feet. So you've got a really good drop going on right in this area. And then you've also got that little turn in that I'm always looking at. And that's right in this area where that pin is. So definitely look right in there and look off that point. And then as we move back in here, a lot of stuff, that we could have probably marked, but I just marked kind of the main things that I noticed when I zoomed in, seeing some stuff here. I like this underwater point that comes off here. And I like how it has a pretty good break right in this area. So you've almost got like an island, almost an island. It's 3 feet, so you can probably even see the rock there or dirt or whatever. But right here off the edge of it, you've got a pretty good point that comes out there, and you got a pretty good break. So definitely look right in that area too. Also moving up here, I'm going to come over here by this creek bed, and you can tell I was just kind of following it around. You got a pretty decent little break right there, but I like this right here too because you have a nice shallow flat top that comes here at 10 feet, and you've got the break off the edge of it. So right in there, if I zoom back, it's probably not as obvious, but when you zoom in, you can really tell there's a flat top going on right here. It's your flat, and then right there's your break. So look in that area for sure. And then moving back up in here, I only marked 2 different things that were up here. So right here, I did like this point because it comes off nice and flat. And then you got that really good break, really sharp break right in here. So fish right around that break. I like how that creek bed's there too, so that always makes it a good place to look at. So then moving back in here, the last spot that I had was just this submerged culvert. Always like to fish these things, especially, if you're coming back in here kind of springtime-ish. This could be a good area to see if they're staging up here, or maybe even before spring, see if they're staging up here on this culvert. So definitely go back in there and check that out. But it could be a summertime thing too, pretty shallow water, only probably about 9 or 10 feet, but definitely worth going and scanning and see if there's anything there. So I'm going to back out of there. I'm going to go a little bit further down here for our next offshore spot, and that's going to be down here in this little pocket that's down here. You can see we've got a roadbed, so you want to check that roadbed out. But look right in here, you got a pretty decent little turn in that happens right in this area. And you got a pretty good break there, plus you got the creek bed. And then when you're there, also come over here, check out this roadbed and check out this little flat top that's right here. You can see it at 16 feet. Didn't catch that the first time I was going through here, but definitely worth looking at. All right, and then going down the dam, the dam's going to be good, so I'm not going to mark anything there. So we're going to go back over, swing over, and now we're going to go to this side. And then we're going to move up. We're going to keep going up this side until we get to that area where that major cove is, and we'll stop there. So the first thing you see here is a rock pile, so definitely stop, take a look at this. Rock piles are always good, especially when they're close to a main lake, and this is a main lake point. So definitely want to look here for the rock piles. You've got some additional stuff here. I don't even know why this is marked, but I'll have to remove that thing. No idea why that's there. I think I accidentally marked it by accident, but you can see here they've marked a lot of stripers and things like that here, but you've got another rock pile that's right here. So take a look at that one. Put the pin there. Main lake point, shallow flat top. That one looks really good, 6 foot on the top. And then you got the break with the rock pile. So all of that looks really good. And then I'm going to keep scrolling on down here till we get to this next area. And again, the same type thing. You got the flat top, so 8 to 9 feet. And then you got a really nice break that comes off the edge of it. So let's see what the little fish marker says there. Burrow Point. Gotcha. All right, so then moving on down. Didn't see too much in here. Got some stuff where it says stripers and sand bass, Butterfly Cove. Didn't see too much going on there. Didn't see that much going back in here. Now, even though I'm saying I didn't see that much here, I didn't see that much from an offshore standpoint. Now, if you go and watch the Google Earth waypoints, there are a ton of things that we found in here, rock piles, all kinds of things. This is a nice little rock pile. You could call that offshore, but it's really pretty close to the bank line. But I went ahead and marked those, so make sure you guys go check those videos out because that's going to give you a lot of detail on this lake, especially this lake being so deep. A lot of the good stuff is where we could see it via Google Earth. So this looks really good as well. You come up here, there's 3 rock piles right here on the edge. I went ahead and marked it for you guys. And of course, the locals have also marked it as well as a fishing or diving hotspot. You've also got a couple more rock piles that are up here. You've got one right in here. So right in this area, actually there's 2 of them. So right here off this little point. And then coming up here, same type thing. You got more rocks, heavy rocks, right around this point as well. And again, go check out that Google Earth video because this area is covered with rocks. So there's all kinds of good stuff to fish around. There are marinas in this area, all kinds of good stuff. So make sure you watch those videos. Got more rocks here. And again, 3 more rock piles here. But if you look here, there's like a little road bed or something going. I couldn't tell what it was, but definitely see if that's something there. But I like these breaks, and I like how you've got 3 different major rock piles right in this area. Then I'm going to swing over. I didn't see anything back in these coves, but I did see a few things right here. Off this point, you've got a really good break with the creek bed fairly close by, but real good break with somewhat of a flat top. So about a 9-foot top on this one, which looks pretty good. Definitely a fall thing that you could definitely catch them in this area, or, you know, more of a spring, later spring or early spring. This could be a good staging area. All right, so then moving up into here. Again, just seeing really good breaks. This one had a nice little turn in, so I liked that. And then I liked the fact that it was got somewhat shallow right in here. And then you had a pretty major break going on right there. Plus the fact that this is all right up against this major creek arm. So anywhere in this area where this creek arm is close by is probably going to be a good area to be fishing. And then I'm going to move up. We're going to go to this point, and that's where we're going to finish for the day. So if we come off of this point, mainly just a main lake point. It's a good fishing spot. I went ahead and marked it for you guys. But the spot that I marked out here was actually over here. And you can see it again, it's another little turn in that comes in. So it's a little bit different than everything else. Got that little turn in there. So I went ahead and marked that one for you guys. So guys, that wraps us up for Zone 1 for Lake Texoma. I appreciate you sticking around. Thank you to all of you that have been hitting that subscribe button. Our channel's growing like crazy, and we truly appreciate it. And thanks to all of you that went out and bought the cards, the digital files from simplisticfish.square.site. Until next time, guys, I hope you catch your PB. Take care.